Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Get your green gear 25% off. Promo code Jericho1, all caps. Some of you have already, and if you have, thank you. But I posted a video earlier this morning of when I went shooting on the Bureau of Land Management Public Lands with my buddy. And we had these rebar, these like 5-foot pieces of rebar. We stuck them in the ground. Then we stuck like different fruits and shit. There was like oranges and watermelons and papayas, all kinds of shit we got. But there's one of me with my Mossberg 500 shooting a mini watermelon. That shit is tight. It's only like 9 seconds, but it's crazy. So check that out. Something I want to talk about real quick, and don't worry, I will be discussing whatever the fuck that was at Biden's Pervertus's first lone solo news conference. But something that I saw, I don't know if you can hear that. That looks like a F-14 maybe, F-18 up there. Oh, that's tight. Anyway, so I saw this thing. So in Oakland, what they're going to do, and this was enacted, supported, and executed by Mayor Libby Schaaf. You might recognize her from, what was it, 2 years ago when she was giving the illegals heads up before the ICE raids came through. That's right. ICE baby was coming to remove felons from the city of Oakland. We're not talking about the poor little shivering brown faces at the border getting separated from their parents. We're talking about felons, rapists, murderers, drug dealers. They were coming to remove them from the streets of Oakland because Lord knows Oakland already has plenty of them. But she was giving the illegals heads up, telling them, don't answer the door, and here's the steps you take if you're questioned. The mayor, the one who's supposed to be in charge, residents of Oakland, she ever called you and warned you about a speed trap? Did she ever call the residents of Oakland saying, hey, PG&E's coming to turn your shit off? Nope. But she warned the illegals. Whatever. We know where we stand in their eyes. Well, check this out. So she is deciding that for at least the next 18 months that they are going to give low-income residents of Oakland $500 a month, no strings attached. Now you're thinking, shit, how can the taxpayers of Oakland afford to do that? Well, this is coming from private funds. That's right. They have raised almost $7 million, and they will be giving it to 600 randomly selected families. So what's the problem then? Oakland is giving this money to people. It's coming from private citizens. They're free to do whatever the fuck they want with their money. I'm not saying that. I'm not one of these people who, well, they have enough money. They should do this and they should do that. No, however much money you're able to make that shit. Spend it on whatever you want. It's yours. Spend it before the government steals it. I'm not saying that. That's ridiculous. Well, these are low-income people. They need the help during COVID. Maybe their jobs were stolen from them like a lot of other Californians and Americans. You're right. Maybe that's true. But see, here is my problem. Now, if this was a private organization that wasn't endorsed by an elected official, all I could say was, man, that's kind of fucked up or whatever. Again, private funds, do what you want. But the mayor, an elected official, is involved in this. Here is the problem. Here is where the rubber meets her ass. I think that's how you're supposed to say that. These 600 families, out of all 600 families, none of them will be white. Why? Because this money is for people of color only. I will put a link in the description box to the article. It says, black people, indigenous people, and other people of color only. They said the reason that white people aren't allowed to do this or to take part in this is because on average, white families make 3 times what colored families do. Therefore, you don't get any help. Good day, sir. Ma'am. Wait a minute. Now, if you don't want to give people this money because they're not qualified, they're not qualified. But their color can't be part of the qualification or disqualification process. That is fucked up, and it's called what? Systemic racism. There's the systemic racism you fuckers stroke yourself to sleep every night over. There is your systemic racism. Let me say that again. An elected official, the mayor of a city, is condoning that people are excluded from a program that she endorsed based on their race and nothing else. That's racism. Turn that shit around. Let's say that some private people got their private funds together and only want to give the money to white families. All you colored motherfuckers, go elsewhere. We are only helping white families and white families only. We got the color chart to prove it. Here, we're going to hold it up next to your face. And if you're not on this chart, you cannot partake in this part. How fucked up is that? What? But California, you're supposed to be inclusive and diverse and everybody gets everything all the time. Not if you're in Oakland and not if you're white. You mean to tell me in a city with a population as big as Oakland's, there's no white folks that need some help during this pandemic? And Mayor, since you're so happy about and so willing to raise almost $7 million to give to colored people, why don't you raise some money to get the homeless off your fucking streets or stop the crime and the murder rates and people getting shot and killed at funerals? Did you know that 29% of the households in Oakland are ran by single mothers? 29%, that's damn near a third. If you only got 3, that's one of them. Almost a third are ran by single mothers, i.e. the households that create criminals. Because if you are raised in a single parent home, you are more likely to end up in prison and commit crime. Now, I'm not going to go through with the obvious disclaimers with that statement. But that's the truth. Those are the numbers. So why don't you do something about that, Libby? Then you won't need programs like this if you fix the family, the nuclear family. Damn near a third of your citizens come from single parent homes. That's dangerous. That's why Oakland is Oakland. That's why around here in California, especially Northern California, if you mention Oakland, the next 2 words out of somebody's mouth is fuck that. I'm not going there. Oakland's crazy. I went to Oakland one time and fill in fucked up story here. There's a reason Oakland is like that. Maybe because a third of your households are ran by single mothers. Fathers are not just for opening jars and killing spiders. We play a role. We keep these little fuckers off the streets. We teach boys how to deal with their emotions and not lash out and beat up or shoot someone over stupid shit. Fathers are there to give them the things that the gangs do when they're not there. Nuclear families are important. They're not a guarantee, but they're your best fucking shot. Just like America, we're not perfect. Obviously, we have corrupt turds. I'm talking about one of them, but it's the best show on the planet. No one's ever said, I want to go to this country and make it big. I'm going to go to that country and make a name for myself and for my family. The only country they say that about is... Exactly. So to keep it that way, repair the nuclear family, Libby. Not exclude people because they're not dark enough. And now you give a fuck about people of color? Hey, when you guys get a moment, Google murder rates in Oakland. Google the crime statistics in Oakland. But now you care about people of color. Fucking crooks. Man, let me get the hell up out of here and enjoy the rest of my state-mandated meal period. The only good thing California's giving me. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.